Welcome in to the Poker Masters Online PLO Series. This is the main event, a $50,000 buy-in featuring the great game of Pot Limit Omaha. Jeff Platt alongside a fan, a player, a host of that great game. That would be the stylish Joey Ingram.
Let's get it, baby.
Busting out the suit for the main.
The main event
Showing
here.
some respect for the $50K buy-in.
What's going on, guys? Joey Ingram, a.k.a. Chicago Joey in the house with my man, the professional Jeff Platt. $50,000, the biggest Pot Limit Omaha tournament ever played in online poker history. Biggest buy-in. I think it's the biggest guaranteed prize pool I've ever seen in the great game of Pot Limit Omaha history. As a Pot Limit Omaha historian of the game, I'm very excited to see what we got going on here, Jeff. And, I mean, look at this feature table for day one right here. Ooh. We have the man, the myth, the legend, Isildur one, of course, Victor Blum in the mix. We got Hollywood, Ike Haxton, Party Poker team professional, longtime member of the community. And we also have, Jeff, how many events did this guy win? Jeans 89?
He won 3 events.
How do you do that? 3 events? How do you win 3 events? That's amazing.
He won 3 events. That's
crazy.
And they are joined by Andre Santos out of Portugal, registered in Croatia, and a run-it-once PLO coach.
That's Sira Alaziz, right? I mentioned him the other day, right?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Shout out to Sira, long-time member of the community. So what are our blinds here, Jeff? How many people we got in this mix? So we got $50,000 buy-in, right?
29 entries.
29 entries, okay. And
so the prize pool is that guarantee that you mentioned, $1.5 million. That's $675,000 up top. 14 players remain as we start coverage here of day one of this main event. Registration is closed. Our payouts are set, and we are good to go with Isildur. Victor Blum raising it up with the King Queen 8-5 double suited. Yesterday,
I posted on Twitter me doing commentary, and I wasn't wearing my mask. And I got people on Twitter. They told me
for that one.
I know, so I brought my mask. I got the mask. I mean, I'm thinking about doing some commentary. Maybe I put the mask over this fucking thing here like that.
Yeah, ask everybody how that would work out.
Listen, man, I understand, right? We got to prevent the
death. We know we have our masks on standby. When we leave, we put the mask on.
Nobody around me right now.
Right. We are socially distanced. We are good to go.
I'm ready to get after this, man. I'm ready for the great game, a Pot Limit Omaha, Jeff.
So this is our featured table. We'll call this Table 1. Over at Table 3, we have Laszlo Boitas, who is in for 3 bullets, by the way.
That's it.
George Wolf, Maxime Lemay, Gražvydas Kantautas out of Lithuania, and our purple jacket winner out of Finland, the champion of the Poker Masters Online PLO Series. It is indeed Elis Parsonen, who won a free seat into this main event.
Now I understand his name.
Yes.
Parsonen.
Over at Table 4, Pascal Lefrancois, Aku Joentausta, Alex Manzano is into this tournament, by the way, for $530. Andras Nemeth, another 3-time winner in this series, and Chris Kruk making an appearance
to my man,
at
Chris.
the main
What's
event.
Up, buddy? Nice to see you. Hope you're doing well.
Slides in there towards the end of late, Reg.
What's
good
up,
to
brother?
go.
What's happening, man? What's happening? I saw Alexo 18, Chilean mining heir. Alexo 18, he's got a nice family down in Chile, Chilean mining corporations down there. You know how the big business down there. He's been a long time Pot Limit Omaha player. Shout out to him. Santos, he gets no photo. We just big time they have the no photo like that, huh?
So we're
can't even give him like a flag or something like that. I mean, come on, let's get the guy something here.
If he makes the final table tomorrow,
then we might respect him enough to give him a
photo
or something like that. He's a runner.
For now, let's see how he does. It's the first time we've seen him
on the internet. We can get a photo of this guy. What's going on here, man?
Gets there on the end with queens and tens, a better 2-pair than Victor Blum. Blinds 5K, 10K with a 1,250 chip ante, as you see on the bottom of your screen. I think right off the bat, Joey, we have to give credit to Elis Parsonen with a second-place finish yesterday, late in event number 14. That gave him a 1-point lead over Andras Nemeth for the Poker Masters Online PLO Series Championship. He was able to hold on to that 1-point lead. 625 points for Parsonen, a first, 2 seconds, 2 thirds, and a 5th-place finish, more than $730,000 in series earnings.
The man is a god at Pot Limit Omaha tournaments and PLO cash, clearly. I mean, what an amazing performance.
Beats Nemeth by 1 point, beats Jens Kulinen by 13 points. It was close down the stretch.
Jens is in shambles in Finland. He was crying in his sleep last night. He couldn't believe he just missed out on that purple jacket. How did Aku do? Aku? How did he do?
Aku finished in 5th place.
5th place for our
Gavin
man.
Cochran made a late run at it, but he ended up in 4th.
Uh-oh. Check this out, Jeff. Isildur has a straight there. Interesting. Okay. What happened there? He just called
did check
the bet? Wait, what?
call, but he has
Huh? Wait, what?
he had the Nether Brothers there,
What the
yeah.
hell happened there? What's going on?
He did check call a 108,000 chip bet
We got to
from
ban him from the we got to ban him from the
Santos.
tournament.
Yeah,
He's got to get kicked out of the tournament for that.
Somebody report Isildur. Call the floor.
What happened there? Why did he do that?
Do you think he doesn't seem like a guy who would misread boards?
What the hell happened?
Interesting.
Huh?
Just calling there.
One of the
They
worst plays
pretend maybe we had
one of the worst plays I've ever seen. That great
and it's
game
from
history.
Isildur? Come on.
How long is this guy been on like a 3-day bender or something like that? What's going on, Isildur?
Maybe he's a little off.
Listen, everyone at home, Pot Limit Omaha, remember 3 cards on the board, 2 in your hand. If you face a big bet on the river, you want to raise, okay? You do not want to call. You want to raise. That's what you want to do, all right? My number 1 advice, Jeff.
Yeah,
I mean, right there.
That's pretty good advice. All of it from Kulinen with queens. It's 10s and 3s for Victor Blum. Kulinen will need some help. Just pick up a straight draw. River card is a deuce. So he gets there at the end. Queens and deuces for Jens Kulinen. You expected that.
I mean, come on. The guy made 7 sets in a row during day one. The first heads-up bracelet he won here. The man ran.
ran like God is an understatement.
The man ran like me running down the Las Vegas Strip trying to get home on 115-degree weather when there's a sandstorm out there like it is right now, Jeff.
It's a madhouse
I know. It's crazy out there right now, man. The locusts are coming. They're swarming around, Jeff. They're swarming around. Look at Hollywood Hacks. Nice glasses going on there. I like those glasses. Very nice.
Poker Team Pro. 884,000 in chips.
Mr. Hollywood himself, Hollywood Ike Haxton.
Had 2 caches in the Poker Masters Online PLO Series,
Not
second
bad.
place.
Not bad.
In event number 10.
Not 3 wins like we saw. Those guys won 3 events each. That's pretty remarkable, Jeff.
Unbelievable.
Pretty remarkable.
Jens Kulinen on Josh Nemeth winning 3 titles.
So you can see Jens is going with the limp small blind strategy. See a lot of poker players in these PLO tournaments and cash games are going to go with a heavy limping strategy, even with these marginal hands right here. Wouldn't recommend trying this at home necessarily for a lot of people out there. You're probably going to find yourself in some tricky situations, but for experienced Pot Limit Omaha players, some of the greatest in the great game, they feel very confident and comfortable with their post-flop abilities. So you're going to see themselves getting spots. As you see Jeans right there, goes for the stab, thinking that Ike would be raising up hands that connected with that board. Maybe a little bit more often than some people are. So he goes and takes it down.
Say hello to everybody joining us in the Facebook chat on PokerGo's Facebook page. We see Kevin, we see Michael saying what's up. Hello to Bonnie. Hello to Tony Burns in the mix.
My man, Tony Burns, Mr. Baseball Tony.
On the YouTube channel, Michael Headland says Jeans89 is the PLO GOAT. Christopher says what's up. Ex-Flunky in the mix. Fish Cakes.
What's up, Fish?
Michael Headland says, Joey, you clean up well.
Thank you. I know. I can look like a rundown POS, or I can look presentable. You know what I mean? Today we went with we got to treat this great game with respect, man. The main event going on here. I'm excited. I'm excited to see who wins this one, who takes it down. What's first place going to be? Do we know?
First place would be $675,000.
That's not bad. I'll take it.
$442K to second, $225,000 to third, a little bit more than $155K to fourth. 4 spots paid. 14 players left as we start coverage. We are on about an hour delay or so.
So you saw, what's his real first name?
Who? Santos?
Sarah? Yeah.
Andre.
Okay, Andre. I just call him Sarah. It's Sarah Ellis is, right? That's his.
Yes.
That's his. Okay. I've never referred to him as real name.
Right.
Just known as Sarah Ellis is. Shout out to Sarah. So Jens here makes the call on the button with the 7-5-5-4. They are 30-some big blinds deep here. He wants to play hands in position on the button. Beautiful double-suited hand. Could continuation bet or he could stab when check 2 on this board. Does have backdoor quad draw, backdoor flush draw, backdoor straight draw, and immediate flush draw, but not very strong flush draw. He decides to go. Interesting play by Jeans. I think some players might choose to bet that hand on the flop. On the turn, checks it back. Yeah, hand certainly could have played a lot different there, but
up to 2 re-entries available in this event. Victor Blum and Isaac Haxton are on their second bullet. Laszlo Boitas out in the field is on his third bullet. Sammy Caliporo and Sam Trickett both fired twice, but they are no longer in the mix. Hello to
Let's
Sam
get
and
it, man.
Wisco Baron.
What's up, Wisco? What's happening,
Chris
buddy?
says, Joey Poppy, how are you? Big shout out from the Dutch Online Poker Weed Dungeon.
What's it called? The what?
The Dutch
The
Online
Weed Dungeon?
Poker Weed Dungeon.
Oh, my guys in the Weed Dungeon. We got to play some great game. Pot Limit Omaha down that Weed Dungeon, man. Here we go, Jeff. What do we call this?
Oh, we call this
10 hard.
King's Full.
10
of
hard right
fives,
here, man.
yes.
Poker.
Hard to be a 99.9% favorite in PLO, but there you have it.
I mean, the thing is, he's got the backdoor quad draw. You know what I mean? So when I mention the backdoor quad draw, that's why it's important. Is because when your opponent flops King's Full,
yeah, right.
the only way you can win is when you hit that backdoor quad draw. So
It's fairly important, I would say.
So let's see what kind of play styles we're going to get here. We see a little deeper stack play today. I'm liking what I'm seeing. We got a couple 30 big blind stack. None of those annoying, pesky 8 big blinds, 7 big blind stacks, stinking up the game and making things a little awkward and weird for everybody else in the mix. So we're going to be able to see some play happening today.
Starting stack for this tournament was 200,000, so average stack at this point a little bit more than 400,000 in chips.
So what you're going to see in these Pot Limit Omaha tournaments, a little more passive play pre-flop. I think Santos, cash game, small blind, that's going to be a 3-betting kind of hand that I think a lot of players are going to be 3-betting with, especially against an aggressive button opener. But with the stack sizes being 30 big blinds, you're going to see some players just go ahead and call there. Even at cash games, I think a lot of players are going to be 3-betting that hand from the small blind against the button open, but just a little bit more passive play in general.
Victor Blom takes down that pot. He had 4 cashes in the Poker Masters Online PLO series.
7-7-7. I am liking these
There you
numbers
go.
here, Jeff.
I mean, that's just 2 sevens, but you still like it?
I don't see the 8.
Okay.
I just went past it.
Okay, that works.
I'm seeing what I want to see to Jeff. See today, Jeff.
You're manipulating the numbers.
Manipulating the numbers in my mind. I just saw 7-7-7.
Solid stacks for both Isaac Haxton and Andre Santos. Victor Blum had a second, a third, a fourth, and a fifth in this series.
The guy got so close, dude, didn't he? I mean, we were rooting for the guy.
On
Obviously,
multiple
he's a very big fan of poker. I mean, I think Ike Hollywood Haxton got a lot of fans out there. Isildur one of the most popular poker players in the game. I mean, the thing is, the guy never get an interview either. Like, we don't really know anything about the guy. He's still one of the most intriguing people in poker world. I think that might say more to how poor the marketing is in general in poker, but, you know, it also speaks to how much of a legend the guy is as well, too. We've never heard from the guy.
Yeah.
He's
one of
a
hard guy to wrangle.
Players.
Yeah.
Is he? You think so?
Yeah. He turns down a lot of interviews.
Oh, you think so?
Well, I mean, I know. I'm not saying, you know, those requests have been done in the right way.
You got inside info.
I just know that it's a constant. At least, you know, if a Poker News reporter sees him playing a tournament, hey, you want to do an interview during the break? No. Not really.
You know a good way to get interviews from people? Conversations.
Host a podcast?
Stake them.
That would probably work.
That probably work. Put them in the games.
Hello to Eric, to Tommy, to
Tommy?
Matt.
You got to say it like you mean it, man.
To Destiny.
You got to say it like you mean it out there.
Steve says hello from Massachusetts, the great state of Massachusetts.
All right. Calm down.
About that.
What are you talking
well,
about?
You just said you gotta bring it.
What kind of propaganda are you spewing out here? Massachusetts, a great state. What do they pay you?
Fine, you know they got.
You sponsored by Massachusetts?
They got the
over
Celtics.
Here? Okay, I mean I'm not disagreeing with you here. Anticlimactic board here for everyone right here. Those these monotone boards going to lock action down a little bit for the most part. And the East Queen's going to take it down. Gene's 2 pairs counterfeited on the river in that 27 big blind spot. If you guys didn't know, Gene's 89. Gene's how do you say his last name?
Jens Kulinen.
Kulinen. Okay, yeah. I'm looking at the name. Like,
right. I call him Genes. Yeah.
I'm like, huh. Well, they might not know who Genes is. I'm saying.
Right.
Kulinen right there. Yeah, he's a short stack god. The man is a master short stack player, top cash game player, top tournament player at Pot Limit Omaha. Man, the man can't be beat. $25,000 PLO bracelet winner at the World Series of Poker, which 25K is one of our biggest events in the Pot Limit Omaha. Remember the first time I played that event, I was a little nervous. I'm like, oh my God, 25K tournament. Yeah. I mean, it's like I'm just not a big tournament player, mainly cash game player. And you play for stakes that are high stakes, but playing 25K buy-in tournament, you know, it's a little nerve-wracking.
So we're balancing the tables now, so we'll get a couple of new players.
Let's do it. Who are we going to get?
Just a little bit. Who are we
going to get?
We are down to 2 6-handed tables with the eliminations of Elis Parson, our purple jacket winner.
I wanted to see him play.
Out in 14th and out in 13th, Alex Manzano, who was into this tournament, Joey, for $530. He was so close to the massive spin.
He's not in for 50. He sold that.
And here comes Maxime Lemay. and Laszlo Boitas, who we have seen before.
LeMay, a top heads-up Pot Limit Omaha player. Going to be curious to see how he navigates the shorter stack and in a six-backs format. Laszlo
Boitas.
Omaha for rolls. Listen,
Yes,
man.
yes,
End
yes,
boss
that is
of end boss of the ACR. Rat hole tables up there. Battler, loves battling, runs up big stacks. Very aggressive player. Likes to mix it up. A top Pot Limit Omaha cash game player. As you mentioned, Jeff, he's in for how many bullets?
He's in for 3. He's in for a cool $150,000.
He's got a lot of work.
So if he finished in 4th, he would profit like $7K.
He's got a lot of work.
He's got some work to do. Yeah.
Never want to be in for 3 bullets. I'll tell you that right now. Especially when your competition are some of their best Pot Limit Omaha players in the world. I mean, listen.
It's a hard comeback here. And when your opponents flop a set of queens.
So you might have seen Santos just check call there, wondering why. Like I said, Pot Limit Omaha tournaments, a little bit more passive play. Might not think he's going to get called by too much when he does go for a check raise there. So he's going to check call and then lead here. Very interesting play. And once again, people are not going to be necessarily putting a lot of money in with those marginal flush draws. So you might say at home, 10 high flush draw, gut shot, straight draw. Don't you want to continue? But against the range of hands your opponent has in that situation, it's going to be a lot of better flush draws. So even when you make your hand and improve on your hand in a club, you might have those reverse implied odds. So you're not going to be wanting putting money in those type of situations unless you have a very strong read or unless you're confident you can take the pot away from your opponent, or if you have a little bit higher flush draw and maybe a open-ended straight draw, a couple more outs there.
So LeMay, a severe short stack here. Less
Wow,
than 4 bigs behind.
I mean, you weren't kidding. That is what we call severe short
Severe.
stack. So he has 3.8 big blinds. Never a spot you want to be in Pot Limit Omaha 3, but it's almost disrespectful to PLO to be that short stack. So I hope we see him do something here.
Ace King 10-4 with hearts. Gonna go for it here. Laszlo will make the call with the King 10-9-8 double suited. And here we go. Maxime LeMay all in and at risk with the Ace King 10-4. Comes Ace 9-7 with clubs. Oh my.
Ooh, yeah. Hard to miss that one.
The open ender.
There
Card is a 6. There's a straight,
Backdoor
but a
flush
flush draw for LeMay. And the river is a 4. That will do it for Maxime LeMay out in 12th place. 11 players remain in the Poker Masters Online PLO Series.
He came.
Main event.
He came. He saw. He went away.
He did indeed go away.
Thank you, LeMay.
I'm Chaz in the chat. Andreas Torbergson still in. No, he is not. He was our chip leader about an hour ago or so. And, I mean, you know how PLO goes. Those chip leads can certainly disappear.
Chip
lead. We wish Andreas the best. Just a terrific player, a great story, a cancer survivor who just loves the great game of Pot Limit Omaha and just dove back in, grinded all the way up to these stakes.
He's one of I mean, he used to be, one of the top players, one of the best players in the world with a great game. Pot Limit Omaha, as you mentioned, had a battle with cancer, with health issues, and I've been kind of seeing he wrote something real nice on his Twitter page, just about his experience, and I mean, he's a huge advocate for PLO, very, very great ambassador for the game. It's unfortunate we didn't get to see him on the final table here. I would have liked to see him get big, especially he played a lot of these events. Would have liked to see him heads up to compete for one of these titles, Jeff. Just because, anytime someone cares that much, really likes it, wants it that much,
so
you know what I mean? You root for a guy like that. I root for him for sure.
Joey mentioned it. You can find his Twitter account at Skjervoyat, so SKJERVOYAT.
If anyone remembered that, if anyone could have spelled that back to us.
Right.
Here we go, Jeff. We got a little limp re-race here from Isildur Victor Blum. And he's going to go with this on this board. He flops the overpair backdoor flush draw as well, too. Santos is going to go with it here. I mean, he flops that top pair, straight draws, bunch of backdoors.
And yes, he does. He says, let's go. It'll be Victor Blum all in and at risk.
Victor taking a high variance approach here, pre-flop.
You see, it's about a flip for now. Santos, the oh-so-slight favorite. 8s and 3s for him now. River card. Victor needs some help. River is a jack. He doesn't get that help, and it is Victor Blum, Isildur out in 11th place.
Just like that. I mean, that play pre-flop, certainly we could bat it around, right? I mean, how many big blinds he putting in there? I mean, maybe a little out of line with the King-King-9 deuce. I'd prefer to have the King-King 9-9 double suited, something like that. But he took the high variance approach, and unfortunately, he got unlucky. And just like that, he's out.
He is, and now 10 remain. 29 entries in this one. A prize pool
How
of
much?
$1.5 million as guaranteed by Party Poker. $675K up top, 4 spots
Rob Young
paid.
slaving away in the fields.
Absolutely.
Fields of England to make that guarantee
Yeah,
back.
exactly.
I know Rob's working hard. Shout out to my man Rob. We got a podcast coming up soon. Me
Oh,
and Rob,
nice.
man. Yeah, I'm excited for that. He got some shots to fire, he told me. So I don't know. I'm listening.
It certainly looks like it on Twitter.
He got some exciting things to talk about, man.
Kings and 10s versus 10s and 5s here.
So here you go. You got the bottom two. You got top two pairs. It's a bad turn card for both, especially when the flop gets called by Bujitas. He's going to have flush draws, straight draws. This is the weakest hand he's going to show up here with.
King's full now for
One
Santos.
of the weaker hands. I mean, pretty much one of the weaker hands. That isn't a straight or flush draw. Santos goes to the prayer, river bet on the river, and insta-fold there.
Andre Santos out of Portugal.
Portugal, huh?
Live tournament earnings.
That seems like a
of
really
more than
beautiful place to live in.
330K.
A
Yeah.
lot of tan people there, Joe. You know what I mean? Like weather nice, beautiful ladies. Calm down.
Completely agree. Yeah.
Calm down.
I'm in
Jeff.
on
I hear the
Portugal.
excitement on your
I'm
voice.
all in on Portugal.
No better than Vegas, huh?
We are adding another player here.
Who do we
We'll
get?
Wait, dim the lights. We will see.
Who are we getting in here, man?
Who we get.
Let's see.
10 players remain. Who do we
Ooh.
get? We get Pascal Lefrancois.
Lefrancois, la Colomostre. Well, technically that's not French, but I can't speak. Can
That's
you,
okay. Yeah,
you got some French in you, or what?
Nope. I got nothing in me. Nothing there.
Pascal, shout out to Pascal. I like him on Twitter, man. Big shout out to him. Very excited to see. This one plays really active on Twitter, but I see him in a lot of these final tables. I see him go deep. He's representing for North America.
Right,
I'm a
that
fan of
works,
that,
yeah.
honestly. I like anyone's repping for North America. We got Hollywood Hacks in the American in the mix here, too.
The Canadian does pick up aces in his first hand at our feature table.
So Hollywood here, Queen, Jack, Jack 10. Listen, I mean, folding this out of position, not going to be able to do it. You can see the equities aren't very good for him out of position here.
Cup 7-4-4, not exactly what he is looking for.
Yeah, it's a board where you might see that he's got that overpair with the jacks, but your opponent is going to have pretty strong range here, 3-betting, so it's not often going to be a hand you would continue with. On multiple streets, you might call one with the backdoor flush draw, but a lot of players are just going to check fold here. Even to this really small bet, maybe you call one, see what happens on the turn, but not surprised to see him fold. That's usually how this game plays. But I think a lot of new players might feel inclined to want to call there, but when you take a look at ranges, especially in these tournaments with these stack sizes, your opponents are going to be more high card favored, kings, aces, and those sort of type of hands as well.
Lefrancois with more than $5.2 million in career live tournament earnings.
How much?
More than $5.2 million.
That's not bad.
Won more than $2 million at the 2018 Millions Barcelona Grand Final. A 10K, took that one down.
I got to do all these promotional things for the,
Oh, I
the
love
show
it.
now.
I
Now
love
it
it.
starts. I got the link. I don't
We
wait till the show
appreciate
starts
it.
for the link.
Thank you all for watching on both PokerGo's Facebook page, Poker Central's YouTube channel. Be sure to click like. Be sure to click follow on Facebook. Be sure to click subscribe on YouTube. Stay tuned for the very latest.
Good read. Nice read, Jeff.
Yeah, thanks. Kind of
Nice read.
stumbled a bit. It's okay. Got the important parts of the messages out.
Norm Chad you'd think he would have got that one.
Norm Chad doesn't seem like a promo guy. Like when they have a promo to read, I don't think they're giving it to Norman.
I like how he gets out his like jokes in and like he raises his voice. He's like, I can't believe what's happening right now. And he's got an interesting style. I like his style, man.
Yeah.
You see, I think they're going to be doing commentary for the World Series poker stuff too a little bit.
Are
Some of the
we
events,
mixing in some Lon and Norman?
As you said, when we think online poker, who
Yeah,
do we
right,
think
it's those two.
besides Norman Lon? I mean, come on, man. Historic occasion. You
That's
don't
awesome.
want to be a part of it as those guys?
Yeah,
Probably.
yeah,
Why
that's
not,
great.
man? Listen, man. They got the daily rate lined up.
Yeah.
You know. So you can see Kings
So
here.
I was
Yeah.
waiting for a call on that coverage. So I guess that went to Lon and Norman.
You didn't get the call yet?
Yeah, didn't get the call.
You might still get the call.
I
Hang
might
on.
get the call if they can't figure out the online
Play your
tournament
cards
thing.
right, buddy. You get that call, man. So Hollywood just calling here with the king, queen, 7, weaker kings in the small blind. This deep stacked, very normal play. You don't want to fold the kings. Those are beautiful kings. You're going to be putting your opponent, when your opponent calls in the small blind, once you raise under the gun, you're going to be putting your opponent on kind of a relatively strong hand, maybe bad aces, these type of kings right here. They're going to maybe some of the rundown type hands, a lot more connected type of hands, though. They're going to have pretty strong range. And then Andreas turns the set here with the ace deuce. Straight. Not a very good straight, though. And let's see if he value bets the river here. hope to get called by something. This is
We'll
kind of
fire
like
25K.
you're hoping your opponent has a 2-pair to call with here, maybe 9-7. And he does get paid off a
Yeah, he
little
does
small
make the
bet there.
call. Santos takes down the pot in our YouTube chat. Wisco Barron says, 3 straight days I show up to watch Isildur. 3 straight KOs in the
He's
first
right. He
20
mentioned that
minutes.
yesterday,
Yeah, we've
didn't
had
he?
Isildur always at the very beginning of coverage, and then he always busts right away.
What are you doing, Isildur? You know what? Isildur's inviting my $500,000 tournament's going to be happening at some point.
He
in
is.
time
He
here. I'm
does have the
excited.
invite?
He definitely has the invite.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. He's
you
got
got to
the
invite
invite.
him.
The 500K Pot Limit Omaha, the greatest Pot Limit Omaha tournament in the history of the game. The greatest. Great of the great. I don't know. Yeah, we're working on the name.
Name needs
We're
some work.
working on names. That's fine.
In the lab on the names.
So you can see Hollywood, ace, queen, 10-5 calls on the button here position. Very powerful thing in the rate game. King, 4,
Set
5.
of kings for Laszlo Boitas.
Yeah, pre-flop right is going to be checking a lot out of position in general. So he puts top set, 2 backdoor flush draws in his check back range. Hollywood goes to stab with the backdoor flush draw and the backdoor straight draw. Omaha for rolls. Could just check call here, check raise. Can't really go wrong with the king, king, 9-6. I mean, this is a power hand right here. You have the 6 blocker as well, taking away some of those straight outs.
There is the check raise to 121,000. Fold from Isaac Caxton.
If you're ever going to check call with the top set there, I mean, you're kind of just praying your opponent has something to continue with there. Maybe they have a lower set. You can get all the money in. They have a straight draw. They're going to continue. There's going to be a lot of bad turn cards. So he does to go for the check raise, unfortunately. Hollywood doesn't have anything there.
Ivan watching us from Croatia. Welcome in, Ivan.
What's
Good
up,
question
Ivan?
from Amanda. And we welcome in all questions, especially from those of you who are new to the great game of Pot Limit Omaha.
yes, please.
Joey, how is 6-handed played different from 9-handed?
Well, 9-handed boring, right? You got to fold a lot. Like, it's just more people are going to have stronger hands. So when there's 9 hands, there's a lot better chance that opponent's going to have like a bad aces or these stronger hands. So typically what happens is people are going to have stronger hands pre-flop, and then that leads to stronger hands for the most part on later streets. Whereas at 6-handed, right, and short-handed, you're going to see weaker hands pre-flop being played. Therefore, it's going to allow for weaker hands to get to later streets. So you're going to see wider ranges played overall. But at 6-handed in general, under the gun +1, going to be playing relatively tight. And once it gets folded to the cutoff and button, you are still going to see some wider ranges being played. But at the same time, most people aren't getting super out of line there. It's just a little bit, just the range has kind of changed a little bit, yeah. But in the best live games, these things go out the window, which is what makes a great game, because you have all these players playing these very questionable hands, small positions, and that's what makes it a fun game, is those guys can get away with it. They can do that. You're not going to get destroyed necessarily. Well, you are, technically. But keep playing that way, though. You know, I'm not going to tell you not to play. If you want to play the king, 4, 5 deuce in early position, Jeff, I'm not the guy to tell you, right? I don't got a paid trading site where I'm telling you not to play that hand.
True.
Do what you want to do, man.
Do what you want.
Put it in there, especially everyone else is playing the same weekends, right? Those are the kind of games you ideally want to be in. A game where people are playing a lot of marginal hands.
DB in the chat says, "What's up, Papi?"
What's up, Papi? What's happening, DB? What's going on, brother?
Nicholas Burnett. Finally, I have a day off where I can watch a Jeff and Joey cast. Much love, guys. Much love back to you, Nicholas.
What's up? What's up? Let's get it.
Much love to all of you watching us on our Poker Central YouTube channel, our
Let's
PokerGo
do it.
Facebook page. This is the main event of the Poker Masters Online PLO Series, a $50,000 buy-in, a $1.5 million prize pool.
Amen. Let's get it. So you saw Laszlo just, I'm just going to call him a bunch of different names. I guess I'm going to go like 3 names for him. I'm going to balance the 3 name range in my head.
Balance.
He just limped in there with the ace, king, 10-5, probably going for one of those sweet little limpery raises there. He wants to have some strong hands in his limping range. That way, if he only limps in with the weak hands and he raises strong hands, then the big blind can just start raising all of your limps. So you want to be balanced there. You want to show him that you got a little bit of that in you. Make your opponent think a little bit.
Callum in the Facebook chat confirming to hit a flush as it's still 5 of the same suit, and both Ryan and John chimed in there. As long as 2 cards come from your hand.
Got it. Here you go. Let me take it to you, okay? There's going to be 5 cards on the board. You got to pick 3 and pick 2 in your hand. You have to pick 2.
Got to be 2. Can't be 0. Can't be 1. Can't be 3. Can't be 4.
Exactly. You got 1. You can't pick 1 in your hand. So if you have that ace of clubs and it came a flush here, you only have 1 ace of clubs. You have no flush. Okay? 4 on the board, 1 in your hand. No. 3 on the board, 2 in your hand. Yes. That's how you remember. That's how you know what it is. Make sense?
This would be a flush.
This would be a flush for Hollywood Hacks. So 3 on the board, king, queen, 9, 2 in the hand, ace, deuce of hearts right there. That's what we call the nut flush.
pot and takes that one
Pascal
down.
has what we call DS. Absolutely nothing.
Henry Kilbane in the chat. Joey and Jeff in the booth, a.k.a. PLO Dream Team. I believe that is up-and-coming commentator, to say the least.
What's up?
Henry would be.
What's up, Mr. GTO commentator? Another guy who's got GTO in his Instagram name. Anyone that has GTO in their Instagram name, I'm questioning. You got some issues in your life for sure, and I like it. You know what I mean? Poppy GTO. I don't even know. That's a strange name when I made that name, Jeff.
I think it works. I think it fits.
I don't know what I was thinking.
Ace Jack Jack 10 with hearts for Pascal Lefrancois. After Haxton raised out of the small blind, 36K. There's a 3-bet to 108,000. Haxton lays it down.
Pascal putting the pressure on him with the Ace Jack Jack 10.
$675,000 to first place in this one. Paying out the top 4.
That's it?
10 players left. That's
4?
it.
Oh my God.
Just 4.
They're brutal, man.
That's going to be a brutal bubble for
Christ,
157K. Yeah.
My God, man, this is brutal. Especially you make the final table, it's 6-handed.
Right?
4. Can you imagine making the final table, coming back tomorrow, finishing in 5th?
No. No, I cannot.
I'd be sad, man. I'd be a sad player. So you can see Pascal loving that ace-high suit there, ace-jack 10-3 in the small blind. A lot of players might have laid that one down. A little bit, especially against under-the-gun raise.
So the blinds have gone up, 6K, 12K with a 1,500 ante, 25-minute levels on day 1 of this tournament.
And this is where the ace-jack 10-3, it's not as connected, right? It's going to flop a lot of top pairs, but marginal top pairs, and oftentimes you get a lot of money and your opponent's going to have a stronger hand. As you can see right here, even when he improves his hand to a 2-pair, it's going to give Omaha for rolls. That straight if a jack comes here.
How about an 8 though, and it's a straight for Lefrancois to
listen,
go along with an ace-high flush
when the 8
draw.
comes, then you're going to want it. This is
play.
the perfect play, right? This is the perfect play. This guy knew what was coming. I mean, is he a god or what? Like, what's happening here, man? So now Omaha's in a tough spot. I feel like he's gotten near top of his range. He has the 10, but you got to be saying what's your opponent have here in terms of what would he be bluffing you with here?
Does call with aces and queens.
Yeah,
Lefrancois takes down that pot.
That's just, you might be at the top of your range. But if you ever could consider folding top 2 with a blocker, that might be the one spot, because you got to just think, what is my opponent? Is my opponent going to turn a 2-pair hand into a bluff here if he happens to have some sort of 2-pair? That includes blockers. If he has pocket jacks for 2 blockers, would he check call that on the flop in general, especially once you have that strong under the gun range? So, right, I can understand the argument, like, it's his top of my range, I have to call, but maybe you think about folding there. But luckily for Pascal, it works out, and that's why you can play the ace-jack 10-3 in the small blind, baby. I like it. Love that hand. 2 straights. Ooh.
Good questions in the chat about the delay. We're on about a 1-hour delay, but Joey and I are live. We're watching it with you guys right now.
With you.
And
Shout to Bob on
you.
Twitter.
That's Bob.
Telling me to put a mask on. Is this guy trolling me?
Joey puts up a nice-looking portrait of him in the studio. Made a comment. What was the comment? The caption that went along with it. Something about my last time in Vegas. Enjoying my time in Vegas
my prediction is that they might shut the place down in Vegas. So I was like, I'm enjoying my time in Vegas, wearing just out right at a casino. And then a few people didn't like it. Listen, we get a lot of support though. You know, shout out to the supporters out there. We don't want to single out the loud.
I think a few people were just confused. You were doing a commentary gig, so obviously you don't have the mask on while we're doing commentary. We are socially distanced.
Whatever you say, Jeff. Are we?
Yeah.
Why is this guy right in front of me?
There's no guy right there. No.
Okay. I don't want to anger him out there. 3 feet
There is
from
no
me.
guy.
But I understand the worry, right? They want this lockdown in. They think they're going to go one by one through Twitter and Instagram. They're going to berate everyone who's not wearing a mask, and then because that these guys go and yell at you on Twitter, you're going to start wearing a mask, and therefore the pandemic's going to end early because they did their part on a micro level
Maybe
in order to push mask awareness. Can't argue with the approach, and I like it. If you want to dedicate your life to that cause, it's great. I mean, I think one of the biggest signal plays right now, if you're an influencer out there, if you have a little audience, is to talk about why people should wear masks. Like Negreanu's the king of this kind of stuff. Instead of just saying wear a mask, he'll throw in some nice sentences as well to say wear a mask, right? Like the best that you can kind of see the tiers of influencers there. they're more well versed on how to signal a message that most people
Do
are
you
going to
think
agree
some
on.
of them, though, feel like they have an obligation to say that because they have a wider platform than most? Or are they just doing it to
It's
get
a merge.
more? Okay.
It's definitely a
Merge.
merge.
Okay,
Listen,
it's a
man,
merge.
it's a merge, right? It's 100% a merge. I mean, what you're trying to do is you're trying. Too much strat here. Too much marketing strat. Listen, study Negreanu's Twitter, and you're going to understand his strategy completely and how he became famous in poker. Not in addition to the results. You need the results, but at the same time, you don't become famous in poker unless your goal is to become famous in poker, well known in poker. You have to do a lot of hustling. You got to put a lot of messages out there that are going to connect with the fans. And Negreanu takes a very political stance in his approach to the way he lives his social media life. It's interesting strategy.
He's king, queen, double suited for Ike Haxton.
Oh yeah, it's getting me excited over here, Jeff.
Revved up.
Laszlo's not looking to fold the king 7-6-5. Some players might lay this one down. He is not a proponent of folding to 3-bets, and around here, on poker. What did I used to call my PLO hands? Oh yeah, I was like, what did I call this series on YouTube? We don't like folding the 3-bets. You know the rules. But if you're ever going to fold to a 3-bet when you're short stack, you might want to consider doing that, especially in a tournament where got to preserve that stack size.
It's true. Stack preservation, very
Stack
important.
preservation, Jeff. Exactly.
Ace queen 6-5 with ace-high diamonds for Haxton on the button.
Beautiful hand.
Raise and take it.
I should be like an influencer coach. I get to tell them all what to say. Like, listen, hit the trending buzz points right now. Hit them all. Yeah, you got to hit them.
Haxton, a member of the Party Poker team, has been for a couple of years now. One of the top tournament players out there. More than $27 million in career live tournament earnings. That is currently 16th on the all-time money list.
That's not bad at all, Jeff.
Won Super High Roller Bowl 5 in this very studio towards the end of 2018, beating Alex Fox and heads up for that title. That was worth more than $3.6 million.
Not bad at all, huh?
Mm-mm.
Not bad at all.
That's quite the score.
Real hard to judge that whole, tournament leaderboard winnings because these guys like, Antonius Fundiera is the 18 million one drop win. How are you going to compete with that guy? So for these players who don't play those big events, I mean, you can't really compete with them.
You're just drawing dead.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I feel like once you start adding in events like that, it kind of took away a little bit for me from that leaderboard. But I think other players, the people on the leaderboard, they don't want to say that too. Yeah, and from a marketing standpoint, we certainly do not want to tell you that. So listen, these guys are gods, okay? They're the tournament gods because they get to that score. They're winning players. They're all up that money.
I think now you
Some
look
of the
at
richest
that list
in the world of poker players of all time
as competition just between that select group of players who do play the high rollers.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
so you use that list to just compare that certain group of 30 to 50 players, whoever it may be.
I mean, theoretically, I'd like to see a list, some smaller buy-ins, kind of stuff like
same,
that. But then
sure.
you say, do you take out the main event? Do you take out these things? I understand the complications and stuff like that. I wish there were a better tracking system and metrics to determine who the top players are and who the top winners are. And I think that's what's great about the poker bracelets for the World Series of Poker is that now you say, Phil, how many 15 bracelets? Is he the best? I don't know. Is it? You know what I mean? For marketing purposes, we're going to tell you that he is one of the best. Right?
Absolutely.
Been around this long? When did he win his first main event? 1987?
89, I believe.
89. I was 4 years old, Jeff. How old were you?
3.
3?
Yeah.
Oof. We're little kids. Helmuth was winning bracelets.
Yeah. Queen Jack 10-8, double suited.
Holy moly, guacamole, Phil Helmuth. The poker brat himself.
15-time World Series
I
of
was
Poker
watching some of his videos, his old school videos he put on YouTube.
You like putting some up here and there, too.
The dude is hilarious. I mean, this guy is such a troll. I don't know if he can't be serious in these things I'm watching. He's a performer, though, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, he knows. Like, he can turn that light switch on.
Remember what I said earlier? You don't become famous in poker unless your goal is to become famous in poker.
Yeah, excellent point.
Or well-known, whatever you want to call it, right? Known as for these things. So let's see here. Pascal raises under the gun. 8, Queen, Jack, 10, 8. Flops top 2 pair with that straight blocker in his hand, Hollywood. No one with spades. Let's see what takes this one down. So Pascal could bet here, could check. I think most people are going to check back here for the most part. Certainly going to call at least one bet from Pascal if he was bet into here. I think Hollywood has queen 7 with the 10 as well in his hand.
Queens and jacks now for Pascal Francois.
Play slowed down today a little bit, huh?
Yeah, it has.
I like that hat from Pascal. It's a nice hat. Nice blue baseball cap. What is that? Toronto Blue Jay cap or something like that?
Yeah, maybe.
So Hollywood here has blockers to the full house. No one showed any interest in this pot quite yet. Pascal makes the second nut full house on the river here. Let's see what sizing he goes with here.
85,500 in the middle.
Hollywood has king, queen, 2 pair. Let's see what he decides to do with this one. Pascal must be a real tournament player. He's playing like one. Speed today.
He'll go full pot.
Yeah, not surprised by that sizing there. Hope to get called by flush. That didn't bet the turn. Maybe a straight. Of course, the worst full house is out there too.
Haxton does lay it down.
Takes it down. We'll see another day.
This is our featured table at the main event. Jens Kulinen, Isaac Haxton, Pascal Francois, Andres Santos, Laszlo Boitas.
How many levels we going today, Jeff?
We are going 5 levels total, which will mean the completion of 15 levels.
How long are the levels?
25 minutes each on day 1.
Are we getting a break today, you think?
I do believe so.
Because if not, I'm going to have to pull in Antonio Sfondiari and
you will get a break regardless.
You know, it's funny. When I used to 24 table all day, I was like the king of the bottles, like Gatorade bottles, man. Because I didn't want to quit. I'm like, I can't sit out all my tables, right? I got to keep
at
playing.
Every table, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't want to do it, right? I'm grinding hard. I'm trying to get those points. I'm trying to get in hands. Like, in my mind, the idea of sitting out to go to the bathroom was foreign completely.
Wow.
And I became an aficionado of the bottle. I was one of the top. Nothing to brag about. When I was younger, right? I'm an older man now, right? So I'm not doing things like that anymore. Plus, you can't even 24 table anymore. It's a sad day and time. And now with the whole Zoom thing, people can sit out. These new grinders don't know. They don't understand. They get these synchronized breaks in tournaments. I mean,
they have the life.
You get 4 cap tables. You get cash game. Easy to sit out 4 tables. 24 tables get started back up. That's a tough thing to do.
Tables.
Exactly. It's a tough thing to do.
Aces for Haxton. 3 bets it on the button.
Grinders these days. Isildur won. I mean, what do you think this guy was doing, man? He had a cap there.
Yeah.
So James just lays it down. Ace, King, Jack 4. He's on the short stack. Still left here with 20 big blinds. He knows Hollywood's not 3-betting him too light there.
We see Pascal Francois move to our outer table in
on,
order to balance.
Who got eliminated?
Out in 10th. George Wolf.
Oh, my God, man. George.
He had a rough series.
Yeah, dude,
George was in for multiple bloods in most tournaments.
George, what's happening?
He had a good
buddy?
run in 125K, and I believe that was it for George. Let's see.
My man, George.
Yeah, the Wolf with a 6th place finish in event number 9 for 58K, and that was it for the series.
We saw him in a lot of tournaments.
He played everyone. Yeah, it was a rough couple weeks for the Wolf.
He's gonna have to go to a nice retreat, maybe calm down. He's going to be grinding. He's like, we got to chase some losses in this situation. My God, man. He played a lot of buy-ins here. We got a new PLO series coming up later. I'm putting on my own Pot Limit Omaha.
Okay, there we go.
We don't have the 500K buy-ins going to be included on there, but I am going to be putting on my own PLO series. Excited for that.
You don't know if the 500K is going to be a part of that. It's
theoretically
not necessarily
that'd be a better
going to be like
live event, right? It'd be a better live event. It'd be a nice event to do in collaboration with a couple other great series up there, right? I think like Triton Poker puts on a real great series. They can put together those big tournament buy-ins. So Jeans is going with it here. Bottom 2.
Laszlo makes the call, and here we go. Laszlo Boitas is the one that is all in and at risk with just aces. 6 is full of 3s for Jens Kulinen. And that will do it for Laszlo. In for 3 bullets. Out with a loss of $150,000.
Tough.
That's max pain.
Tough series for him too, right?
Tough series for him as well. Was close a couple times.
Jens, even those close spots, he just seems to win those hands, man. So
it's technically Laszlo out in 8th. And out in 9th place, on Josh Nemeth.
Our three-time
Who did
three-time
he had a
winner,
good series. He's doing just fine.
He's doing okay, man. Hey.
Won 3 events, 2 in 1 day in the Poker Masters Online PLO series. All right, and so with this hand wrapped up, we are, Joey, going to take a quick break.
I didn't want to do it. I was going to do it. I didn't want to do it.
We didn't want you to either, so we are going to go on break. A break for all, about a 5 to 10 minute break or so as we balance the table. 7 players remain in the main event. You are watching the Poker Masters Online PLO series. Stay with us.
Let's go.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our coverage of the Poker Masters Online PLO series. Apologies for the lengthy break. Obviously, we had some things to sort through. I know you didn't come back just to see me on this full screen. I am alongside the very stylish Joey Ingram. We have been covering the 50K main event. Joey, we are down to 7, and we are going to put a pause on coverage for the day. A couple of technical difficulties. I should have worn more makeup. You know, I didn't know that this full shot was coming. Should have probably put on a nicer shirt like you. But let's get the camera on Joey. Let's give the people what they want. There we go. There's the full suit, the lovely button-down shirt. The man dressed up for the main event of the Poker Masters Online PLO series. Your thoughts about what we saw, Joey, before we got down to our final 7?
We didn't get to see much today, unfortunately. I don't know what the hell's happening here. So we didn't get to see much. We got to see some play. It would have been nice to be able to see some more play. What's happening here? But technical difficulties happen. So it is what it is.
We did see the eliminations of Alex Manzano, Elis Parson, and Maxime Lemay, Victor Blum, George Wolf, on Josh Nemeth, Laszlo Boitas, I should say. So that leaves us with 7 players left. Now, tomorrow, we will either start coverage 7-handed, or we'll start how the players are actually coming back for day 2. So we can promise you main event coverage of the Poker Masters Online PLO series. Joey, our final 7 consists of Jens Kulinen, Akujo Antausta, Gražvydas Kontautas out of Lithuania, nailed it, Pascal Lefrancois, Chris Kruk, Andre Santos, and Party Poker 2 Pro, Isaac Haxton. Joey, give us a brief preview. What can we expect tomorrow with $675,000
If we get to see them play, then I expect to see some great play. Hopefully we get to see Jeans in the mix there. Maybe Jeans goes for his 4th title. But, I mean, I'm going to set my expectations low here, so I don't know what's going to happen. Honestly, I'm just here, man. I'm here along for the ride, you know.
Well, we are going to see Joey tomorrow. We're going to see the final table play out of the Poker Masters Online PLO series. Thank you all so much for joining us. Sincere apologies for what has happened today, but we are back tomorrow. We will start at 3 p.m. Eastern, at 12 p.m. Pacific time on both PokerGo's Facebook page and Poker Central's YouTube channel. We will see you there for full final table coverage of the Poker Masters Online PLO series main event.